Greetings, folks! Welcome to G4G on YouTube. Today we're back here in Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux, or MAAR, and we've got a new alpha build that we are trying out here today. I do apologize that this has been delayed a day or two. Just been busy with a few other things and haven't been able to get to the video, but I've got it here today. So this is a new alpha build from Goofy Troll. Is different than the one from the previous two videos, and right away you're going to see a few things that'll be different. So there's no new features here. Helicarrier and everything is still going to be the same, and man, I tell you, the way that the art is for the blades, the engine turbine blades here for the Helicarrier, they've always looked like they were in motion to me. I mean, if I look at them long enough, I clearly know it's a static image, but when you just kind of glance at it or see it out of the corner of your eye, it always kind of looks like they're in motion. I always thought they did a good effect on that. So we're going to go over to fight, and so this is fight 16. So this is how you tell that this is the newer build, in that Goofy has gone ahead and numbered each fight so he knows where the issues are. Now there's a couple things you're going to see in this version over here that's going to be different. A lot of the abilities are out of order. He is already aware of that and already has it fixed for the next build, and I've actually kind of felt that enemy damage was a little high in this version. But, you know, as you can see, combat works out pretty well in the sense that there's misses and, you know, that's some good coding. It's, ooh, Human Torch just suffered burning damage and suffered a burning dot. That's, yikes. That's not good. Hadn't noticed that yet before. That's the first time I've seen that. And you can see, the Hydra Pyro at the bottom has a debuff going on him, and we've got a debuff going here too. Good old Iron Fist. It's so good to pilot him again. I mean, even though it's not his white outfit, it's so good to get behind the wheel of Iron Fist again. So Miss Marvel's taking some burning damage. Still keep clicking on health bars instead of characters sometimes. It is a lesson that many a veteran Marvel Avengers Alliance player learned back during the Angel PvP season, where he was often put in the middle and his giant flappy wings made it hard to target. So Miss Marvel buffed herself, and we have paused. So that was fight 16. Go ahead and go back into it. And this is to be expected in this beta. We know this is going to happen. So we've got Storm, we've got War Machine, we've got Sif. Have to tell you, definite admission from way back in the day. I kind of always liked this outfit for Sif, mostly because she had the thighs from hell. Yeah, that's a little bit of a one of those revelations that you put forth in the deep dark of the night. It's like, hey, cool, it's Sif. She's got the legs from hell. So we're gonna see if we can do War Machine's overcharge combination over here. There isn't things that are quick action yet, so he'll be able to do it next round, but hope we're paused. Well, damn. You know, it's really funny. If you look at War Machine and how his idle animation is pretty good, you look at Sif and she looks perfect. You look at Storm and the head is just bobbling up and down, like her body is doing pretty good, and then right around the head area, the head's like bling ba-ding, bling ba-ding. It's just funny. I'm not actually slamming anything about the animation. It's just amusing to watch. It's bobbleheadish. Okay, so next fight. Alright, so Hawkeye, Spider-Woman, and default Captain America. I always call this the fish scale uniform. The top of his uniform always looked like fish scales to me. And of course we know this is the original Spider-Woman before turning into Kurth. And it looks like we're up against Destroyer and Loki. So this is the first... I don't think I've seen a non-minion fight in a while, so this is going to be fun. So we're going to go for Loki first. Punch his head in. See, it's a pretty high damage shot. Alright, so Captain America's up next. So Loki definitely has a debuff. I think it's whatever Captain America had hit him with. Spider-Woman is burning. I almost called her Kurth for a second. I came really, really close to calling her Kurth. Another magic blast. And Hawkeye is definitely hurting here. And this is what I mean about the damage in this version. I feel these fights are not kidding around. Oh, yeah, that's the defensive one. Okay. Just going for the shield throw to get both of them and hopefully get Loki low enough for a kill. Alright, Loki's dead. Combat's going pretty well so far. Let's get a pinpoint on Destroyer, and I think we can get Captain America to taunt here, maybe? So this is fight 35. Oof. We are so very much behind the battle over here. I think Destroyer actually got debuffed by the Venom Blast. Oh, Hawkeye has 0 hit points, and he is gone. What? He did suffer biofeedback damage. That's cool. Oh, don't tell me we're locked up. This is actually a really good battle. Damn, we paused. Okay. So that was battle 35. Effects definitely do seem to be working, although we're not really seeing tooltips, but if you played the game long enough, you kind of know. And here we have Ironclad. We've got a 3-on-1 situation with him. 4 or 5 moments, Wade. Oh, we will make an X-Man of you yet. Alright, there's Shield Guard. So we're gonna play this real, you know, see how this goes. Let's try this. Decimate. Pretty decent damage for Colossus. And I think Captain America did effectively taunt there. Yeah, I can't get a read on the debuffs. Let's see if we can get a stun. That was a weak arrow, Hawkeye. These fists are made of steel. Alright, we should definitely win this fight, and it's looking pretty good. I don't think we're gonna have any crashes on this one, so this is fight number 2. Alright, come on, Colossus. You just gotta do 852 damage. There you go, buddy. Alright, we have completed a fight. So let's go ahead and get one more. Oh, it's the Jotun again. Daredevil, Thor, and Thing. This is a very interesting one over here. Thor, as we know, can definitely put out the damage. Maybe? Okay. Oh, that radar sense is definitely out of order. It's so funny, like, I remember these abilities by their order, because you just ran into them so much they became muscle memory, so when they're out of order, I'm, like, totally forgetting what everything does. Because, like, I can kind of remember them without tooltips, if they're in the right order, but... Alright, so the Jotun is bleeding out. Thing took a hit. I know that's the stun throw the engine one. Let's get his Stonewall. I'm gonna try to do Thor's AoE when his turn comes up. Oh, alright, it looked like Thing gained a defensive stack there from being hit, so that seems to be working pretty well. Okay. Seemed a little weak, but it worked. So that's good. Let's pound on that guy a little bit more. It's taking some pretty good bleed out damage. It's nice to see bleeds working effectively. Because we know that was definitely a major component. However, Thing is bleeding. I don't know if Thing could bleed or not. I think maybe he did, but it always seems stupid that he could. I mean, it doesn't make sense for Thing to bleed, but okay. Sweet. Alright, we're just down to the Jotun Chieftain, and this is fight number 0. I think that fist attack caused exposed, maybe? I don't remember. Okay, hammer throw did some pretty good damage there. Let's try and do radar sense. Yeah, see? It's interesting how it all comes back to you. Ah, he missed. Puncture might have had a bleed effect on it. I don't remember. Stamina's definitely getting a little low here. Let's see if Daredevil can do some damage. Seeing that ability reminds me of the fact that Kettle Black on the Avengers Alliance wiki always used to call it as Men Ricky Don't Lose That Number, which is a Steely Dan reference. Ooh, I double... it was a little laggy, and I double recharged. So Thing is at 0 hit points. I think he's gonna bleed out on the next move I do. Yeah, okay. He did. We should still win this fight, though. I think one of the biggest regrets that I had in the game at the time was when there was that, like, Scrapper... Was it Scrapper Bruiser outfit that Thor had that went on sale? It was the Mighty Thor outfits is what I think the name was. And... like originally I didn't get any of them, and then I ran into him a lot in PvP, and I was like, oh my god, this guy kicks ass. Double Thors and a Colossus. I don't know about you, but I think it would be really scary for Colossus to be hanging out with Thor. I think potentially he'd lightning rod a lot of shit. 4 or 5 times I hang out with Thor and get shocked every time. Alright, so fight 27 went ahead and froze up over here. And what's interesting is the Thors are on different idle animation schedules. That's kind of funny. They're not synced up. Alright, we'll go ahead and do one last fight. Oh god, I double launched it. Alright, let's not do that. Alright, so here's the last fight that we'll get into, and it's fight 13. 2 Spider-Mans and an Iron Man. And Iron Man's got the bobbin head thing again. I mean, Spider-Man's looking pretty good. Iron Man's got that bobblehead on rocky terrain. And he's against Whiplash, which is funny. Iron Man 2. That did some solid damage. See if we can get double spider senses going on over here. Alright, let's try the shield effect. He did get the shield effects. He has a buff listed here. That's pretty good. There was a team that I wanted to make at the end of the game using Amazing Spider-Girl, and I think it was Black Suit Infiltrator Spider-Man, if I remember correctly, or Black Suit Tank Spider-Man. I don't remember, but I never got to try the idea, and it's faded from my memory, but I really had something interesting planned for it and never got around to it. Because the actual suit that I liked the best for Spider-Man after, you know, I had that run of the Future Foundation Spider-Man, the white suit, the one I settled on was the one based off of the newer movies. I think that's the one I had wound up using the most. Because I think if I remember correctly, with an ISO you could exploit pressure points, and he actually was pretty decent at it. One last shot with the Unibeam. Okay, so Fight 13 worked really well. Interesting that it was two spiders and a man. But there you go, guys. There is the latest build going on here for Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. It is a little bit different. There are different fights. They're numbered. And you can see some fights are completing, some fights are crashing. The abilities being out of order. And I don't mean this as an offense to Goofy, but God, it's messing with my head. Like, if I'm not going to have tooltips, I know what things do based on their placement, because I feel like I spent an intimate amount of time with just about everybody. I mean, most of us played the game for 4 years. We kind of got things in our head. You're like, oh, I know what this does, and I know what this does, and I think this was pressure points, and this was like internal bleeding. And you know it by your icons, and you know it by their placement and their abilities. But when things are all jumbled up, like a Words with Friends thing, it's like, oh God, I don't remember what these things do. That little nuance is enough to mess me up. I mean, some things I remember, like Radar Sense and a lot of the buff abilities, but yeah, definite progress. Hopefully next time maybe we'll see the quick actions be quick actions, but we do have status effects now, which is really cool. And bifurcator. So a couple days ago when I was running the new build, when I first downloaded it, I bifurcated somebody, and the game sat there with the idle animations for a little bit, and I went, oh, I think we're gonna have a crash. And all of a sudden, like 1,000 bifurcators appeared on the screen, all like stacked on each other, and they just fell like a waterfall for about 2 or 3 seconds. It was like just damage numbers with bifurcator as the cause of it, and then it just went away, and I got my turn back, and I was like, that was an interesting effect. So there you go, guys. There's some more work from Goofy on Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. Happy to show you guys some progress here and everything, and have a new build. And anytime we get a new build over here and we've got some updates and features and everything, I'll certainly be happy to show you guys. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good one.